at the time of your life.
.1 Wash FM, Washington's at work station.
Get to your sites, find the tree. Yeah, make sure you have your volunteers, okay? They're all signing in and lining up. They're starting to gather around. They're anxious to learn about how to plant a tree.
Park Road, you're going to be working on Park Road. And the number that you were assigned is a specific tree on this road, okay?
There's a green tsunami that is really kind of washing over this country, I think, and many, many other countries. A little belated, but it's finally come here.
So maybe you want to talk about the tree, what kind of tree it is, why we planted this tree on the street, because the trees are planted by species, by street or avenue.
You know, when you have a big issue like global warming, which captures people and captures their hearts and their minds, which I think that has and continues to, the ripple effects down to even folks at our level are really far-reaching. You know, people want to become involved, even people who are professionals with very, very little time on their hands. They want to make a difference. They want to do something to feel as though they're becoming a part of that broader awareness, trying to, you know, whether it's decrease global warming or urban climate change on a local microclimate level or whatever. So we see that time and time again. And for me, at this stage of my career, to see that and actually have witnessed it is incredibly rewarding.
Okay.
No, actually, we love trees. I work for Nature Conservancy. She works for the Forest Service. So.
Wow.
Trees are a component of any urban setting or city that's just as important as the asphalt roads and the buildings within which we live. Having the management capability, the budgets to manage them is just as important as having a fire department or schools or anything like that.
In 2002, we did an inventory of all the street tree spaces in the city, and we had 132,000 spaces, 106,000 trees. We had 23,000 empty street tree spaces. So we said we would work with the city and work with the community to fill those 23,000 spaces in 10 years. We're working in groups of 3 or 4 with citizen foresters who are trained on how to plant a tree, and they're teaching volunteers who come out for the day and give their time to learn how to plant a tree and help. Usually they're people who live right near the tree that we're planting, and they'll help keep their eye on it and take care of it and water it. Wow. I think, are we deep enough? We don't want to go too deep.
Just measured and we just started picking again because we needed a half a foot more.
Look how big is
Look how deep the
And
ball.
it's still going to be 2-3 inches above, right?
Well, we were half a foot above on the marker, so we're going to go down a little
That's
bit.
cool. Just a little.
And this is Santos.
Thank you so much. Santos?
He lives.
You guys are awesome. This neighborhood is great. Over on Newton Street, they already are done all the holes, and all the neighbors are out, and they're waiting on their trees. So we sent some of them over here to help with some, dig some holes, so they're moving down the street. But if anyone, I know they're still struggling with that hole down there. If anyone wants to go give a hand.
You know, when we plant those 700 trees a year, we're under no false impressions that that's going to, you know, explode the tree canopy of the district. But what it does is it gets those folks engaged. And all you have to do to get a convert is to get somebody to labor for a couple hours in the morning, maybe a nice day, maybe a hot day, doesn't matter what, but they'll take ownership of that tree.
Return it and put this fat part that way.
Well,
Well,
two things. Right. So we're gonna turn. Well, first we gotta figure out the widest branch is gonna grow so that they grow.
Oh,
yeah,
see, these are going to be
And that
parallel.
into the-
Okay.
These three right here. These three here goes towards the street.
Now with the cutters, you want to get as low as you can.
And it's interesting the transformations that you see when that happens. People come up, and I'm telling you, they are as happy as clams during those planting events.
All right, turn it. All right, how we going now? A little more?
Yeah, one more.
This summer we had 23 planting events. We'll have about another 25. We do about 50 each year. And I can't tell you how many people have come up to say to me, it's just great to be out here. People are talking, exchanging ideas, speaking about what they're doing. That's the real power of what we do. There are a lot of models out there that show the importance of trees. Neighborhoods that are well treed, they have the ability of drawing people outdoors, more eyes on the street, a lot less crime, in fact, than what you would normally anticipate. Cooling of the homes, energy savings, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. In terms of the environmental specifically, you know, the easiest one to know, certainly for Washington, D.C. in the middle of August, is just temperature. The most important catalyst to the creation of ozone is heat, and trees cool down the environment. And so, you know, the ozone reduction is critical, and we all know about the problems with that particular urban pollutant. You know, my gosh, you're walking down a street in D.C., and if there's no trees around, you know it. And as soon as you hit that area with trees, the effect is immediate and dramatic. It's about 15, 20 degree difference between the shaded versus the non-shaded areas. With the country becoming more and more urbanized, and that's going to happen, we need to understand that, you know, we live in an urban area. It's important that, you know, you're a part of something bigger. Let's put the trees out there. Let's make it look like a nice area that we all want to live in. We can't forget about the fact that, you know, we are connected to this earth. We want to feel as though we're kind of in a green environment, so why don't we make one? There's ways to do that so that when you plant those trees, whatever you do, that they will develop and grow and make a great place to live, which will not only help the individual building and the people in it, but the neighborhood and the greater area as well.
Trees are the lungs of the earth. We wouldn't be on this planet if it weren't for trees, right? What a perfect relationship. They take in carbon dioxide and give off oxygen, and we breathe oxygen and give off carbon dioxide. Doesn't get much better than that.